In the bustling city of Serendip, where skyscrapers kissed the clouds and people moved at a relentless pace, lived a man named Ravi. Despite his successful career and luxurious apartment, Ravi felt an inexplicable emptiness. Every day seemed like a blur of meetings, deadlines, and social obligations, leaving him longing for something more. One evening, while strolling through a park to clear his mind, Ravi noticed an elderly man sitting on a bench, feeding pigeons. The man's serene expression intrigued Ravi, who felt a sudden urge to talk to him. Summoning his courage, Ravi approached and introduced himself. The elderly man, who introduced himself as Mr. Lee, welcomed Ravi with a warm smile. Sensing Ravi's unrest, Mr. Lee invited him to sit and shared his story. Mr. Lee had once been a successful businessman too, but he had left that life behind in search of true happiness. Intrigued, Ravi asked how he found it. Mr. Lee shared 3 lessons he had learned on his journey. First, he began, find joy in simple things. When I left my business, I moved to a small village. There, I discovered the beauty of everyday moments, watching the sunrise, tending to my garden, and sharing laughter with neighbors. Happiness often hides in plain sight, in the simple pleasures of life. Second, he continued, cultivate meaningful relationships. In the village, I forged deep connections with the people around me. We supported each other, shared our joys and sorrows, and celebrated life together. True happiness comes from the bonds we build with others. Lastly, Mr. Lee said, live with purpose. I started teaching children in the village, passing on my knowledge and learning from them in return. Finding a purpose gave my life direction and fulfillment. Ravi listened intently, feeling a sense of clarity wash over him. He thanked Mr. Lee and decided to make some changes in his own life. The next morning, Ravi woke up early to watch the sunrise from his balcony. He felt a sense of peace he hadn't experienced in years. He began to find joy in cooking meals, reading books, and taking leisurely walks in the park. He reached out to old friends and made an effort to spend quality time with his family. Ravi also started volunteering at a local community center, helping underprivileged children with their studies. The gratitude and happiness he saw in their eyes filled the void he had felt for so long. Months passed, and Ravi realized he was truly happy. His life was no longer about chasing material success but about cherishing simple joys, nurturing relationships, and living with purpose. He often visited Mr. Lee in the park, sharing stories of his newfound happiness. One day, as they sat feeding the pigeons together, Mr. Lee turned to Ravi and said, happiness is a journey, not a destination. It's about embracing the present, connecting with others, and finding meaning in what you do. Ravi smiled, feeling a deep sense of contentment. He had learned that the key to happiness was not in the hustle and bustle of the city but in the simple, meaningful moments that made life truly rich.